Hello everyone, and welcome back to Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2. This is episode 18. Last time we had to escape Izers, as it's just not looking good over there. As usual, catastrophe follows in the Jedi Exile's wake, and we just have to leave, and I guess we'll come back later. We're at a point where we're on back on Duxon, and we've got to choose our next destination. The next planet that we have not yet visited is Korriban. However, what I would like to do is I'm going to take an opportunity to revisit the worlds that I've already been to, and I want to find any opportunities with my party members to see if there's something I could do about that. So I want to get some more influence for some characters, and there might be some interactions that I can have to improve that. So what I'm thinking is Atton, because there's a really interesting piece of dialogue I'm trying to get from him, so I'm going to try and see if I can get some influence there. Visas, I think we've got a decent amount of influence already, so I might take Mira and Atton with me. So we'll head back to Telos, we'll head back to Nar Shaddaa and Dantooine, and I'll just comb through and I'll see what I can find. And yeah, I think that's a good way to start, just to revisit some areas with the progress that we've made in the story so far. So there'd be some, hopefully, some potential to kind of bump up that influence and see if there are any positives to be gleaned from that. I mean, apparently we have the ability to go back to Pragus, but I'm going to assume this will just say no, right? Yes. Facility destroyed. But we can go back to Telos. So I'm going to start there, because I think if I go into my journal, like we have there was an assassin disguised as someone, trying to find out who hired him and why. This was on Telos, which is the Twi'lek dancing in the cantina, who wagered her in a Pazak game and lost trying to get her back. So I could potentially look into that, and there might be an opportunity for Atton to kind of have an opinion on that. Who knows? There's smuggling on Citadel Station, so there's still a couple of quests here that I've just kind of like left sitting there from Telos. So it could be a good idea to check it out. Still have no idea why the power shortage bonus mission is still here from trouble directing all the freighters, because we definitely did that already. I'll have a look. And then Nar Shaddaa, there's also searching for a new dancer. We've done that because we've beaten the champ. I don't know if maybe we have to beat the champ multiple times for something to happen there, so I might check that out again. We'll see, but I do have some open quests. So Telos and Nar Shaddaa seem to be the ones in particular that'll be quite rewarding in that regard.
Has there been any word of her?
None yet. I do not understand why she displays such disobedience.
You know why. She bears the face of her mother.
Why Atris would have sent her on such a mission is something I do not understand. In terms of combat, she is the last among us. In terms of stealth, she is willful and not prone to disguise herself. Her stance, it has too much passion about it.
Perhaps that is why Atris sent her. Perhaps it is an exile of her own.
This is cool to see. It's cool to get updates when we travel back to Telos, because this is the second time that's happened when we've come back to this planet. So I've kind of forgotten to do that. It's definitely seems like it's a good idea to do that, to get some updates. However, in terms of Telos, it only allows us to travel to the Citadel Station, but I wonder if we can go back to that actual location, the hideout, preemptively. I'm not sure. We'll have to find out. But yeah, I'm gonna run around. I'm gonna see what we can do with our group of people. Because yeah, it seems because there's opportunities to increase influence with multiple characters, it seems, but I think it kind of feels like it's better to focus on a couple of them just to make sure you can get their influence up. So I like the idea of Atton and Mira at the moment. I'm sure there'll be opportunities for Mandalore as well. Kreia chimes in your head sometimes for influence, as well as having the opportunity to do it on the actual ship itself, I believe. HK-47, cursed image, having HK-47's background being blue. How weird is that? So strange. So strange. It's because we're teaching him the meaning of love. Actually, before I get off the ship, I think I actually need to check everyone's equipment. Yeah, I might need to look into once again updating or getting some better gear for my characters. I've been trying to get into the habit of, if I'm not actively using the characters in my party, putting them in their regular clothing, so in cutscenes they look how they're supposed to. Kind of looks better. Except for this guy. Just trying to give a blaster. Oh, you don't even have a blaster on you either. You're supposed to have a Mandalorian heavy blaster that's upgraded. I think I gave that to... I think I gave that specific blaster to Mandalore. 10-19 with a 35 to hit, and I'll give Atton this one 9-23 with a 29 to hit. And then I guess I'll give him a weapon as well. He's got close combat on, so that should be fine. Actually, I need to spec my characters. Force shield, charisma, and wisdom of -6, but a force resist of +24 and a will save. It's successful at its goal that force sensitive are severely disoriented when they wear it. That's an interesting one. I'm going to give her the stealth field enhancer. As usual, that means impairing her vision. Ooh, yes, we do have another advanced combat system. Let me give that to you, because now you do more damage. Dexterity and wisdom. Yes. And then wrist rocket and an Achani shield. And then the Shadowcaster, because why not? There you go. Now, Atton's got his gear on. Constitution +4 instead of Cardio +1. That'd be better. That would be much better. And we'll also give him... Actually, hang on. Who's wearing the... There you are, you're wearing the belt. Get that out of here. I'll give Atton that belt that I just took off. Wonderful. Now that my characters are equipped, they'll do some stuff. Atton's also due for a level up.
Just say the word.
And Mira is as well, apparently. Alright. Well, that's a shame. Only leveling up skills. Mira's full light side, which is cool. Wonderful. Alright. Now that I'm spec'd up, I'm going to go have that poke around. I don't think there was anything in there. It was just the person that says, "You're not supposed to be up here." Hey, who's that? Who's running around? Look at that. Who's running around in an environment suit out there? You can even hear it and everything. That's so weird. You're gonna run over the edge, sir. You're gonna run over the edge. Oh. I actually genuinely thought he was just gonna disappear off into the distance. There you go, he just stands there. They accounted for that, apparently. Wonderful. Okay. I'm gonna run around to spare you time. I'm gonna cut to the meat on the bone where we actually complete and figure stuff out. So I'll showcase what is actually necessary while we're running around this place. Gonna check back in with Gren, see if he's got anything for me.
So you've returned.
So you've returned. Do you have any work I could do?
Would you be interested in helping us by bringing in some bounties?
Ooh, bit of bounty hunting on the side? Bit of Jedi bounty hunting? Okay. Tell me about the bounties.
This isn't a bounty, so to speak. But we're looking for a man named Batono who's been missing for some time. We're also looking for any information about the imposter Batu Rem.
Okay, there's the follow-up on Batu Rem. Batono, tell me about him.
Batono was the overseer of dock operations for Zerka, and was assisting us in uncovering the elusive black market smuggling operation that appears to be operating at a Citadel station. A few weeks ago, he suddenly disappeared and hasn't been heard from since.
So that might also be tied to that blaster that we discovered. Well, I didn't need any help. This sounds like something the TSF should investigate. Let's just say, do you have any leads?
Not much, other than what I've already told you, and the fact he was investigating Docking Bay 3. I spoke with some Zerka guards near the docking bay, but they didn't seem like they wanted to cooperate with a TSF officer. Maybe you'll have more luck.
So that's how we get into that Docking Bay 3, because it was always just, there's just a Zerka dude there, and he's just like, go away, please. He's just like, go away. I don't want to talk to you. So this will be how we can actually get in. I'll see what I can dig up.
Thank you. Keep me updated.
Thank you. I have some other questions about the bounties too.
What is it?
Tell me about Batu Rem.
You mean the assassin who tried to kill you, right? The real Batu Rem's one of us, and he's off the station on leave. I hope Batu's okay, though I'm expecting the worst. Shame. He was a good kid.
Is there any way to find out about the killer's movements on the station?
Yes, we looked into it and found that he arrived via a tramp freighter in Docking Bay 3. Unfortunately, the cargo and passenger manifest as well as departure location was not disclosed to us. That's all the information I have for you.
Okay, I'll see what I can dig up on that too. Both Docking Bay 3.
If you find anything about the real Batu Rem, we'd like to know if he's safe.
Okay. Journal entry. Batono has vanished. Dahlgren's friend Batono has vanished. And then Lieutenant Gren informed you the assassin disguised as Batu Rem arrived via Docking Bay 3. There you go. The more you know. Atton, get away from me. Ooh. Should I do this right in front of Gren? Computer, attempt to slice a username and password. Access granted. Enter command. Log out. Hell yeah. Success! Can't believe I got into that computer. And for what? Nothing. Alright. Docking Bay 3 may hold some answers for me. I think we can talk to this guy about the dancer situation. Such a long-winded sentence for 3 words. Barely even 3 words. I've come on behalf of Hera. That one. Must be about Romana then. Fine, give me your proposal. Give me the girl or I'll kill you. How's that for a proposal? Is there something you want in exchange? I am a man of many possessions. Inanimate objects, they bring me little joy, but to see the beauty of dance is a rare treat. Credits, if it must be. The currency of the Republic is such a mundane way for businessmen to arrange their deals. But if that is the only way, I would accept no less than 2,000 credits. I wish that there was a force persuade option to just be like, give him up. Oh, you could say, how about you wager her on a game of Pazark? Now that is an interesting suggestion. The situation, what a setup. Romana, lost by Hara in a Pazak game to be wagered by Doton in another? I do like the way you think. There is merit in your suggestion. Fine, I shall place Romana as a wager in a Pazak game against a wager of 1,000 credits. Okay. Can we win? Let us play. If we lose, because it's a 1,000 wager, I'm probably going to restart until I win. Because it's just Pazark. It's only Pazark. But let's see if we can win. Let's see if we can win. So instead of 1,500 credits, it's a Pazark game wagering 1,000. And if we lose, I will just reload. But I'm glad that there's a cool alternative here. Okay, there's not going to be many other options in this game for me to use a +1. So I'm going to do that. You were supposed to lose. Oh, he's standing. Oh, I could have done +5 before and won. If I do another one, I'm taking an awful risk, and I could lose. Either I can get anywhere from 1 to 5 and use a -3 and win. Knowing my luck, I will just end up getting a 6 to 10. I'm feeling lucky. Okay. I don't have anything to say about that. It gave me the maximum number. Gave me the maximum number. I can't believe it. It spat in my face. There you go. That's what I needed. That's what I wanted. Yes. That's what I wanted. Ouch. Ouch. Oh, god damn. I'd like to try again. Okay, hang on a minute. I lost 1,000 credits. I'm gonna be true to my word, and I am reloading. I am reloading. Let's do it again. Pazark! Let us play. Alright, this time we're gonna win. The first game was a practice run, it doesn't count. We finally... Do you know how long it's been? Do you know how long it's been since I've had the +- card in my deck? I really need to buy some cards again. I need to buy some cards again, so I can buy more of these. I think, like, I'm used to the first game, because in the first game, I believe I got a lot of cards kind of passively, and then I did buy some, but I had a lot more. In this game, you don't really get Pazark cards as rewards or as loot that often at all. But in the first game, you can kind of just, like, build a deck based on cards that you just find in the wild. Now, we don't have any high, we've only got low adjustment points. I already don't want to use my plus and minus on the first set. And I feel like if I do it to 18 or to 19, he'll get 20 somehow. But I'm really close. I'm going to do... I just have a feeling that it's going to be able to get to 20. Yeah. I just knew it was going to get to 20. So I just wasted a card anyway. I could have just lost that set. I'll take it. I accept your generous victory. This is another risky situation. Dude. How dare the game do that? That's crazy. It almost as if, like, the closer you are to 20, if you want to be risky, the game is, like, rigged to just be like, fuck you, here's 10. Here's the maximum. I can't even take it down. Damn it. That sucks. That sucks. Ugh. Oh, and then I pressed +3 instead of switching it to minus, and then I can't even play 2 cards. I forgot about that. Oh my god. You guys didn't see anything. You saw nothing. Nothing happened here except my victory. Oh man. Third time's the charm, they say. Alright, this one's the win. And again, I don't have my plus-minus card, but I do have a -4 and a +6, so those are some big numbers. But then +-1 to offset that as well. Nice. Damn it. I was like, it gave me a 10 when I needed it. Yeah, I'm not going to take that risk. Because I'll get a 10 again. Ah! God damn it, dude. Berserk. They're not going to make him an easy. They're not going to make him an easy one, are they? Nice. It didn't give me a 10. Ah, god damn it, dude. Wow. That sucks. Oh, he's not an easy opponent, especially with the deck that I have. I think that we can win, but it's just a matter of luck required. Because I just don't have a decent deck. Can I buy cards from the bartender droid?
Card last.
Oh yeah, he's got races. I don't think I've done the races on Telos.
Hey there!
Hey there. Do you have any cards I could buy? Yes, okay. A card flip, 3 and 6. There you go, okay. Berserk dealer can sell some cards. Plus-minus cards is what I'm all about. Actually, just give me your entire stock. Alright, thank you. Alright. Now I will, with that in mind, strengthen my deck. Okay. So, this card flips. So we've got flip cards, which is new. This card flips all positive 3s and 6s you have in play to negative. Oh, that's really weird. Okay. And flips all positive 2s and 4s you have in play to negative. Oh, that's some expert level plays right there. That's very interesting. The ability to, if you have any 3s and 6s or 2s and 4s in play, being able to just completely shift your number. It's very risky. It's very risky. I'm going to do a -4. -4, -2, a +-1, +-4. Actually, I've already got. And then +-3, +-3. 6, 4, 5. Maybe actually instead of that, +3. That's a lot of. That's a few 3s. Actually, there's also green cards. I haven't seen what a green card is yet. Oh, unless the green cards are just the cards in play, actually. I was just thinking of my deck. Okay. That's okay, that's okay. Starting off with double 1s. Oh. Nice. Not nice. Okay, so I flip it. Oh, I'm gonna have to just do this just to get a tie. Okay, already the cards are out. Yes, that was his turn for bad luck to get a 10 at 18. Nice. So he's ending at 18. Fuck yeah, I win. I won, dude. Nice, 3 in a row. I just bought some cards, and there was only one new card that made it into my deck there. That was the +/-1. So there you go. Well played, Chris Blythe. It was a good set of games, though perhaps not enough to make up for losing Romana, but I will keep my word. Very well. I'm sad to see her go, but it's true that it is always best to avoid becoming attached to anything in my line of work. Our business is completed, and I would ask you to depart from here now. Do not hesitate to call upon me if you should have a further exchange. Romana, your period of servitude to me is finished. Your ownership is transferred to this human. I see. In that case, I humbly submit to your wishes. I humbly submit to your wishes. Oh no! I am humbly submitting to your wishes. I'm taking you back to Hera. Hera, even after what horror he has submitted me to, but it is not my choice, it is yours. Wait, what? She doesn't want to go back? Let's go? She doesn't want to go back to him? Oops. Romana, this can't be true. I thought I had lost you for sure. Don't sound so pleased, Hera. It's not as though you had anything to do with getting me free. Aren't you at least a little happy to see me? I couldn't care less. If he hadn't asked me to come, I would have been on the first shuttle out of here. Ouch. So my two options with here, go back to Hera, where I think I'm doing a good thing, or stay here and I'll collect my earnings. But now it says it doesn't matter. Romana, you now belong to me, and you're free now. Romana, you can go with Hera. Why isn't there an option for me to say, Romana, you're free, you can do what the fuck you want? I guess I'll just go with the second option, because it's just saying, I'm just saying you're free. Like, I'm not going to say that you belong to me. I have no desire to go with him. He means nothing to me. Then you can do whatever you wish. There you go. We'll go with Hera, or I will sell you to slavers on Nalhutta. Jesus. You can go, but you have to pay. Okay. You can do whatever you wish. Scram. Get skedaddle. Get out of here. Thank you. You have given me a new life, and that I am thankful for. She came. No, Romana, don't leave, please. I don't know whether to thank you or to strike you. I guess we'll just leave it at that. What's like... Bruh. Boop. You know what I was really hoping for in that instance? We were able to play a Berserk game to win. It would have been really cool to have Atton go, that a boy, gain influence, you know, something like that. That would have been cool, because I've only come back specifically to find some influence boosts. That feels like that would be a great moment for Atton to chime in and be like, proud of you for winning that game, you know what I mean? Anyway, we return only for, oh man. We return only for, him to just be, she's just like, get me the hell out of here.
You again? Did you not...
Stop breaking into my room, damn it. Okay. So we've done the dancer.
Was going well until this latest contract dispute happened.
We can go to Docking Bay 3 to figure that one out. And then the Black Market Blaster, I think, is also maybe tied to the Docking Bay.
And let the work continue.
I think I actually might be a good idea to go to speak to the Ithorians again, because there was that whole deal on Onderon about the beasts for the restoration committee to repopulate the surface. So it could be a good idea to go back to them on the map. That's the exchange area. Zerka offices. I think it's in this next area. God. I think it's just in this next area, the residential module. Let's take a look. Ithorian compound. That Ithorian still with his like almost no health left, barely survived. Oh, hello. Some remains on the ground from when I was here last time. An advanced repair kit. Glad I came back for that one. Welcome back! Do you know anything about a man named Batono? Sorry to admit, that name is unfamiliar to me. Okay, I thought you might know of him given his dislike of Zerka. If that is true, he was no friend of Zerka. I wish it were true I knew of him. I do not. Okay, I thought I might be able to talk to him about the whole Onderon thing. The droid intelligence is too intelligent to speak with you. Alright, that didn't work. I guess I'm heading to Docking Bay 3. Dender's Dobo. Let me check in with these brothers. Welcome back. Can you tell me anything about this blaster? I do not specialize in the sale of such things. It appears to be in good condition, though. I wouldn't know the going price. I suspect it has been modified, but illegal weapons are not my area of expertise. My brother deals with unsavory sorts. If anyone knows about it, it'd be him. Just don't let him sell you anything. It's just a few shelves, Dendis. I can hear you quite clearly. Okay. Ah! My eyes. Alright. Samandobo. Do you know about this blaster? We might have a lead. I thought it might have been tied to the docking bay, but apparently... Welcome back. How may Samandobo assist you? Take a look at this blaster. That's very interesting. Very good craftsmanship. But no, I can't tell you anything about it other than that it is a holdout blaster, upgraded. I think there's something you're not telling me. I'm trying to track down the source of the black market goods, and I want to know who sold the weapon I was attacked with. Alright. I think there's something you're not telling me. And why would this be of interest to you? Healthy trade in black market goods, and I want to know who sold the weapon I was attacked with. I want to know who sold the weapon I was attacked with. I will admit that I sold it, but I sell a great many things. You cannot hold it against me for doing business, can you? Okay. Perhaps you should be more careful about who your weapons are purchased by. Oh, believe me, if I could, I would, but you must understand the reality. As careful as I could try to be, they could still fall into the wrong hands. As though you cared, Saman. Those thugs and scoundrels pay very well for you to look the other way. Ignore my brother. He is merely jealous that his current financial situation is less than successful. Okay. At least I can sleep at night. Now, what can I do for you? Do you know anything about the smuggling operation on the station? And I heard that there is a healthy trade in black market goods. I'd like to get involved. I don't really... Are we going undercover to get involved to expose it? Do you know anything about the smuggling operation on the station? I know that it is an extremely lucrative arrangement. You might say my knowledge is first-hand. Are you an idiot? You just incriminated yourself. I'll report you to the TSF. I mean, we need proof of that, I guess. Otherwise, the other options is I'd like to help you, or I expect the pay is good. Are you an idiot? You just incriminated yourself. I'll report you to the TSF. Oh, come now. You don't think me that foolish, do you? You have no real evidence, and without it, Zerka's money is more than enough to keep the TSF out of my business. Zerka's money. How is Zerka involved? Because the TSF is barred from monitoring activity in Zerka's private docking bay, I reached a generous agreement with Lorso for with its use. So it is tied to that docking bay. Otherwise, we can choose to help. You spoke with Simon Dobo about the black market blaster. He revealed that he runs the smuggling operation. Okay. Fucking, are you an idiot? You just incriminated yourself. That was so funny. Alright. In that case, before we head back to Docking Bay 3, I can take this opportunity to maybe update Gren on the situation, and then go and check it out.
So you've returned.
Simon Dobo is the source of the black market goods on Citadel Station.
I'm not surprised to hear that. We've been very curious about his business arrangements, but have had trouble getting any real evidence. Samhan's no fool. He knows just how far he can go, and he stays a hair's breadth within those lines. But he seems to trust you. Maybe we can use that to our advantage.
Okay. Use that to our advantage if he seems to trust us. Is he suggesting that we go undercover? What did you have in mind?
If we could catch Samhan in the act, we could arrest him and have more than enough evidence to have him put on trial. But it's catching him in the act that's the problem. If you could convince him to trust you, we could hit him right in the middle of a transaction.
Is there anything else I should know?
Just see what he wants you to do. We'll have to play it by ear from there. Good luck.
Okay, undercover operation time. Lieutenant Gren has asked you to convince him to accept you into his employ. Okay. Okay. I will go back to him then. Welcome back. I've decided I want to work for you. I see, it's gotten more difficult to operate of late, and I could always use the help. What can I do for you? Basically, there are 3 items I need to fill out my next shipment. Leaves from the Bachani plant from the Ithorians' Vivarium, a personal shield unit being kept in their docking bay, and medical supplies from the medicinal unit. For starters, I need the Bachani plant sample. I'll try to find more about it where the other 2 are being held, while you get the leaves. Have you been to the Ithorian compound in the residential module? Yes, I've been there. Then you must already know about their vivarium, where they cultivate the flora they import from other systems to be transplanted on the surface. The Ithorians are mostly concerned with the various plant species in relation to cultivating the surface of Telos. What they don't know is that a few of their plant specimens have other issues. Other uses? Other uses. I said other issues. I don't know how to read. Other uses. Indeed, there are buyers that would be willing to pay large sums of credits for extracts from them, restricted imports and exports. Because of their status with the Republic, the Ithorians are able to bypass these regulations, which present us, with a unique opportunity. You're talking so fast, man. I'm trying to keep up. So I just need to walk in there and take a plant. Not even a whole one, just a few leaves of a particular specimen, the Bachani plant. The Ithorians are extremely protective of their plants though, so don't expect they'll just let you take it. After all, if it was that easy, I wouldn't need you to do it for me, would I? Okay. I'll be back when I have them. Excellent. I don't need instructions on how to get leaves, and I'm also friends with them. I could probably just maybe ask them. Alright. We're going to head back to the Ithorian compound and be like, hello, may I have some cuttings of your plant matter? And they'll say either yes or no. And I'll say, come on, please, I helped you out with the whole stuff about the stuff. And then they'll go, you know what? Okay, fine. Either that or I'm stealing some leaves today in the name of Telosian justice. And my companions have yet had nothing to say or suggest on this matter. That's okay. Well, let's go to the Vivarium first, and we'll have a chat to the guy in there. Welcome to the Vivarium. I'm here to collect some plant specimens. I'm sorry, that won't be possible. These plants are cared for in carefully monitored, precise environmental states. We cannot subject them to anything outside of exact controlled changes. Oh no, it's a persuade and a lie option. Lieutenant Gren is concerned that some of these plants are in violation of Republic trade laws. He asked me to procure some samples. I can't even say never mind. That's a tough one. But if it's an exact controlled change, maybe I can get some. I thought that all of our plants had been approved, but if Lieutenant Gren believes it necessary, then I will go along with it. Let me deactivate the security system. Only small samples, please. Try not to damage the plants. Okay. We can do it in a way that doesn't damage the plant, at least. Bachani plant. This appears to be a Bachani plant, one of the many specimens the Ithorians are monitoring for the restoration project. Take a sample. You take a sample. Leave it alone. Okay. You retrieved a sample of the plant. Okay. Thank you for your time. Simple enough. Just a little bit of a white lie. Please, sir, may I have some leaves? Easy done. Okay. And then I guess we've got to go and do the other two things before we set up the whole transaction and bust them. Funnily enough, like, the primary reason I'm doing this, I'm glad that we're getting some XP and some rewards, but the primary reason I'm doing this is with my companions, to see if they'll have anything to chime in about in regards to it. Maybe because Telos is a planet that's scripted to be first, where you only have Atton and Kreia. Maybe if I put Kreia in my party, she'll just give me shit for helping out. She'll be like, what are you doing? And then if I don't help out, she'll be like, what are you doing? Can't win. Maybe I might remove Mira and add in Kreia. And see if maybe Kreia wants to chime in with anything. Who knows? Honestly. Give you that insight implant. Alright. We'll just run around with Kreia and Atton instead of Mira. I have the plant sample. Excellent. Despicable. Can you not at least try to conduct your business out of my hearing? You have no shame. You see the prattling jealousy I must put up with? If you were not my brother, I would have put him out of business long ago. Enough of that. However, this Bachani sample is excellent. Allow me to pay you 300 credits for your services. I will also give you access to purchase some of the more special reserve items I trade in. Okay. How will you get the sample off the station? Simple enough. When I have a full shipment of goods ready to be delivered, I place it aboard one of Zerka's shuttles. One of my contacts accepts the cargo at its destination and finds buyers. Okay. Do you have more work for me? Considering your success in obtaining the leaves, I think you can expect quite a bit of work from me in the future, if you want it. Okay. What do you have for me? The Ithorians maintain the docking bay adjacent to Zerka. I was told that they received a prototype personal shield generator. The Ithorians use them when working outside of the shielded restoration zones. This latest batch they've received takes advantage of a new, advanced shield technology that I could easily find buyers for. No one has been able to gain access to the Ithorians' docking bay yet. If you can manage it, I'd be rather impressed and willing to pay handsomely. Okay. I'll be back with the shield. Oh no. Well, to help out with this smuggling mission. Oh no. To help out with this smuggling mission, I'm going to get dark side points. God damn it. Let me see your special reserves. A Matokai Adept Road. 4,000 for Dex 2, Strength 2, and Constitution 2? Ooh. You know what? I might buy that. I may just buy that. Force resist plus 14. To protect their minds from the dark side. That actually might be useful too. 11,000. 11,000. I mean, what else am I going to spend credits on, you know? I'm going to buy that robe for now. I'll think on the other. So this advisor armor, this gives me persuade and charisma, which is good. What are we at? Charisma's at 20. Like, charisma is at 20. I feel like our charisma is already high enough. And persuade plus 1. Immunity 20 plus energy, which is also good. But constitution, dexterity, and strength plus 2 each. Ooh, it's so weird to have my clothing changed. I never thought I would change my armor. I'll be honest with you. I actually never thought that I would change. And yet here we are. Cool. With gaining dark side points, unfortunately. Okay. So the Ithorian Docking Bay. So we're heading to the Docking Bay. Well, we're in the Ithorian's little docking bay. Now we've opened this door before. Last time we were here. Makes me wonder if. Oh, actually, it might be. Oh, hang on. There's a door down there. It might be that door instead, not in here. Hold on. I'm not sure how I feel about pursuing this side quest. I mean, I'm kind of doing it while we're here and hoping to get some influence from someone, but if it's just going to give me dark side points, then what are you doing here? If this questline is just gonna give me nothing but dark side points, I'm gonna end up regretting it. But there will be enough light side options to stay at max light. I assume I'll get back up again. If there's no influence that comes from this questline, I will be sad. I'm fully accepting the fact that I probably am just gonna get dark side points out of this. I'm here to collect the prototype shield. That cannot be. It is to be kept in storage until shuttle flights to the restoration zones are resumed. Oh god, here we go. Here's another persuade lie. Chodo said that he would like to inspect it while he has a chance. That makes sense. It could be very bad if this experimental technology were to fail while out in the Barrens. I apologize for not trusting you. Please do not let me get in my way. No, I feel so bad. Like, sorry, I didn't trust you. The only thing that I can hope that happens here is, like, we're gonna bust the operation in the middle of a transaction. So my only hope is that after we would resolve this, things behind the scenes would resolve themselves. You know, we would return the shield and give your leaves back, even though we've already picked them, so it doesn't really matter. But you know, prototype shield unit. It is. All right. Take the prototype shield unit from the docking bay. You retrieved it. There you go. So we'll head back and then get more dark side points, I guess. This is a slightly rough one. Back to the entertainment sector. I mean, considering we're getting dark side points and the way that we're handling it, I would have almost expected Kreia to chime in and be like, "What do you think you're doing?" But we've only recently added her to the party, so we'll have to see. Welcome back. I have the shield unit. No, that cannot be. You should not toy with my expectations in that manner. What do you mean? But indeed, you are telling the truth. Simply amazing. You are the first of many who tried to obtain this to actually succeed. I see I was right. What would be a fair price for this service? 600 credits? No, 900 is much more reasonable, and credits well spent. What will you do if the TSF starts asking questions? The TSF is always asking questions. Those do not worry me. For the TSF, the problem has always been one of evidence. While Grant is convinced he knows of my operation, he has yet to obtain hard proof of it, and thus his efforts to have me arrested are stymied. Stymied? I've never even seen that as a word before. Okay. Alright, let me see. I'm going to look up this word. Stymied? Prevent or hinder the progress of. That's an actual real word. Do you have more work for me? When my business flows as briskly as it has with your assistance, there will always be work for you. Because of the war and the toll as it exacted on the Outer Rim, medical supplies are at a premium here on Telos and in neighboring star systems. Telos has an allotment of medical supplies at least equal to those of more inhabited planets, which is surprising. Many of the goods... Speaking too fast, these goods can be sold to planets where their need is great and their value is high. For this, I would like you to retrieve the supplies from the medical unit in Residential West. I'll be back. Okay, we're still at max light. We're still there. We're still at max light. Holding on to that hope that it doesn't knock us down. Maybe it's only a subtle increase to the dark side. We'll see how we go. Okay. And now we obtain medical supplies. Okay. Medical supplies. Medical supplies. Obtained. Medical supplies. Okay.
Hey, what are you doing there?
I thought that was too easy. I was like, walk in, medical supplies, walk out. The canister just burst open. I don't know what happened. Me? What are you doing there?
Don't play games with me. Now step towards me and keep your hands where I can see them. I'm going to place you under arrest and take you down to the TSF station for further questioning. Come with me peacefully, and I won't need to cause you any harm.
I think the funny thing is, because we're doing this undercover, is we know we wouldn't actually really get in trouble. I'm not going with you.
Perhaps I shouldn't have made it seem like you had a choice. Now, surrender or face the consequences.
Oh man, are we gonna have to kill someone? This feels really like, why can't I just do a little bit of a cheeky force persuade right now? Just be like, you forgot that I'm even here. Like, can't I even be like, hey, I'm doing something for Gren undercover? I'll take my chances.
I didn't want to have to do this, but you've left me no choice.
This feels like wrong. Is there not a way out of this that doesn't involve having to, like, kill an officer? Like, that feels a bit too far for being undercover. Oh god, guys, don't engage. Don't engage in combat, please. Okay. No! I was gonna get you to not engage in combat! I was gonna get you... I thought solo mode might have stopped them from fighting. Dude, is there seriously not a way for us to talk our way out of that? I don't... Alright. I am going to reload this. Okay? Because there's got to be a way to... I might just stealth in the room and stealth out, and maybe we might be able to avoid a confrontation. I don't feel that this was entirely necessary. Okay, we're outside the medical place. Turn solo mode on. So you guys wait out here, and then I'm going to stealth. Oh, you know what? I just realized that interacting with the...
Wait here.
interacting with the container might take us out of stealth. Okay.
Hey, what are you doing there?
Dude. I actually genuinely thought we had it because it was taking a while. Automatic detection. How dare I not be able to outsmart the game? Okay. Instead of saying me, what are you doing there? If I maybe go for the... It was an emergency, I needed to get to the medical supplies. Maybe that might lead to the options that don't result in his death.
Are you crazy? Step towards me and keep your hands where I can see them. I'm going to place you under arrest and take you down to the TSF station for further questioning. Come with me peacefully, and I won't need to cause you any harm.
How is this a scripted, like, kill? How is this a scripted kill? Like, how is there not an option to just be like, peace, you forgot we were here. I'm leaving and you are not going to stop me.
We'll see about that.
Da-da-da-down, da-da-da-down, da-da-da-down. Quick, guys, run away! Run away! Come on, team! We're getting out of here. We're not killing anyone. We didn't kill him. So we've done a runner instead. And Chris Blythe has gone overboard with leveling up my character, giving myself all the stat boosts ever. I mean, that's kind of the best option that we could hope for there. It didn't result in death. So there's that. Just kind of ran for it. I'll take it. Welcome back. I have the medical supplies. It would be a shame to let those supplies go to waste when the need for them is so much greater elsewhere, not to mention the shame of such an opportunity for profit passing by. Say no more, thief. It is bad enough that you derive all your profit from theft, but now you steal supplies needed to save lives? Cease your whining, Dendus. You call me a thief, but what I am is a person of the highest order. Victims of the war lay dying when the extra supplies of Telos could go to them. I, for one, am not so heartless to turn a blind eye and deaf ear to their plight. Such noble work deserves noble rewards. Here, 1,000 credits, and the knowledge that lives will be saved with these. I cannot believe I am hearing this. Ignore my brother. He does not have the stomach for real business. Okay. Speaking of business, do you have more work for me? Yes, actually, with all the goods you brought in, I'll be able to make a shipment when the next Zerka freighter comes in today. If you could, I would like you to escort me to the Zerka Docking Bay as an extra precaution. Okay, sure. When do we leave? Right now, if you like. I have everything ready to go. Alright, I'm ready to go now. Let's waste no time. Alright, let's get that payoff, I guess, to doing a smuggling operation.
You showed up, Saman. Get your things loaded. I'm already behind schedule. You don't understand how it is with Zerka. When the process stops working like clockwork, questions get asked, and we don't want questions asked, do we?
Yes, I get the point. I could do this faster if you helped instead of standing there complaining.
The faster we get this loaded, the faster we can get it out of here.
Stop right there. You are all under arrest, and those goods will be taken as evidence. And we're curious about your involvement as well.
This is ridiculous. The TSF cannot just barge in here.
Station, Samhan. We all know your little secret. The circumstances have changed. You will be coming with us. So what do you have to say for yourself?
Oh, okay. How is this a persuade lie? It's literally the truth. I was undercover, gathering information for Lieutenant Gren.
Well then, after we place you under arrest, you'll have plenty of time to corroborate that story with Lieutenant Gren. Now, you'll be coming with us.
Quick, Chris Blythe, we must take them out. How is that a failure? What? My charisma is 18? And this is Telos. Like, this is early game. How is that a failure? No way. That's nuts. That's crazy. I wonder if how could that not be a success? 18 charisma. I might increase my charisma and see if I can get through that. This is like one of those moments where I'm like, surely, have we just been doing the wrong thing this whole time? We've been doing what Gren has asked of us. He's like, get work, do the thing. So we're just gonna go back to before we started any smuggling stuff, just to make sure that we're doing this the right way. I'm gonna speak to Gren again.
So you've returned.
So he's the source of the black market goods on Citadel Station.
I'm not surprised to hear that.
We're very curious about his business arrangements.
Samhan's no fool. He knows just how far he can go and...
Okay. What did you have in mind?
If we could catch Samhan in the act. But it's catching him in the act that's the problem.
Okay, is there anything else I should know?
Just see what he wants you to do. We'll have to play it by ear from there. Good luck.
Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. We may have missed a crucial step. We may have missed a crucial step. So he says, play it by ear, see what he wants you to do. So I think what we've done is we've gone and just gone under his employ and just started doing what he wants us to do, leading us to a very unfortunate encounter with the TSF, because Gren has obviously told no one about this. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this information and then go back to Gren. Maybe that's the missing link here. Because surely this isn't, I don't know, surely there's another way to do this that doesn't result in, you know, deaths of TSF officers. Okay, I've decided I want to work for you. What can I do? So there are 3 items I need to fill out. So he actually tells us the 3 items. Okay, I've been there. Cool. Other uses, yeah. Just walk in there. Hell yeah, I'll be back when I have them. Okay, so... he gave you... okay. So he gave a list of items. He gives us all 3 items that we're seeking. So now if I go back to Gren with the update of that, we can be like, hey, he needs these items. And then maybe then we can get Gren's permission to grab them. And things won't go sideways. Because that was my intention. That's how I thought that it was going to go.
So you've returned.
Yep. Okay, there you go. So Simon wants me to get 3 things for him, then he'll make a shipment.
If we knew when he was going to make a shipment, then we could catch him. What are the 3 things he needs?
So we missed out a very crucial step of going back. It would have been nice if the journal, like, a little bit of, I'm asking for a little bit more hand-holding here than what we've gotten, instead of just being able to, you know, do it myself and figure it out. Like, logically this makes sense now, but following the quest line, I misunderstood, because Gren's just like, just fucking work for him. Go see what he wants you to do, you know? And then we start doing it, and I think, this will be fine, because Gren knows that we're going to do this. And then it came and smacked us in the face later. But this makes much more sense to then check in with him, and we've missed this one crucial step. So, leaves from the Ithorians' Bachani plant, their prototype shield unit, and medical supplies.
All that? If that's the size and substance of his usual shipments, it helps explain quite a bit. It will take some time for me to assemble those.
Oh, so he's just going to source...
All right, everything's here. Take these to Samhan. After that, come back to me and tell me the exchange has been made, and I'll go to the dock module to wait for him. If he won't let you leave until the transaction's completed, go with him. I'll post one of my men near the docking bay, and if he spots you, he'll summon me. Understood?
Dude, I just wasted so much time running around. I understand, just make sure you're there.
I'll be there, don't worry. You just make sure you get him to the docking bay. We have to catch him in the act.
Ridiculous. We just skipped the whole thing. So if you want to do the dark side option, you have to do it one by one to get the dark side points. Or you can talk to him and he just gives you the whole package. Just gives you the whole thing. A locked case of goods supplied by Lieutenant Gren to be delivered to Samhan Dobo. I wonder if the goods are actually in the case or whether it's just a fake assortment of them. Anyway, because I reloaded, I've still got Mira in my party, so let me put Kreia back in. Let me put Kreia back in. I'll give you stuff. Okay. Wonderful. That's exactly what I wanted. That's what I was hoping. This whole time, I've been running around doing the whole, like, mission being like, it's okay, I'm just doing what Gren has asked us to do, and he's got our back, and everything's gonna be fine. And then we get to the end of it, and they're like, ahaha, no. You're gonna have to kill us. And now we're doing it the way that I felt like I thought we were doing it. I've got the items you were looking for. Incredible, this is quite a windfall. I wish I had employed your services earlier. With all of this, I'll be able to have the shipment ready to go before the next Zerka freighter. If you could, would you escort me to the docking bay? Yeah, let's go. Woo! We just speed ran to the end.
About time you showed up, Saman. Get your things loaded, I'm already behind schedule.
Alright, it'll only take a moment. Don't get worked up over it.
You don't understand how... The faster we get this...
Stop right there. You're all under arrest and your possessions will be seized as evidence.
That's
enough, Samhan. Don't bother protesting your innocence. We know all about your business thanks to our friend here.
Nice. Glad to be of help, Lieutenant. What? You set me up? I will see you burn for this.
He's got a grenade. Take him down.
Oh. Freeze! Aha! Freeze, you fool. There we go. Alright, I surrender. I surrender. Arrest me.
All of you, come with me.
I surrender. Kreia just fucking going in for the kill, dude. This is a foolish error you have made, Lieutenant Gren. You cannot hope to keep me here.
I think you may be overconfident of your chances, Samhan. We now have evidence of your smuggling operation, and even the Council cannot ignore that. Again, I have you to thank. Without your assistance, it would have been impossible for us to place Samhan under arrest.
Okay. What I'm happy, at least, is we got to see both sides. We got to see both perspectives of us actually running through the situation. Me seemingly feeling like I'm going to do the right thing. So I don't feel bad about reloading because I thought, like, this option that we've just taken is how I thought it would just go. That's why I was doing it. So I've just corrected my misunderstanding. So it's funny to see both sides and how quick the light side option is, because usually the quick and easy path is the dark side. But yeah, just can't get that image of Kreia just slicing through him in the cutscene. Oh man. If you want to thank me, credits will do fine. It was necessary to remove this criminal.
Now we can be certain he will be removed. I believe a long sentence awaits him, and the Citadel will be rid of his influence for good, though there is always the possibility another will take his place. I promise to pay you handsomely for your assistance, and I'll keep my word. Now I must attend to my other duties. Again, thank you for your help.
So you only get 500 credits, but you do get light side points. You get obviously a lot more money and a lot more XP doing the dark side path there. Like, doing all of those separately, much more rewarding for your wallet and your experience points, but it is the dark side path. You look smug now with me in this cage, but I assure you, making me your enemy will be your last mistake. None of you have anything to say, especially you, Kreia. You're not going to be like, your choices echo throughout the galaxy and it will bite you in the ass later. Nothing? Okay. Fully expected Kreia to chime in there, but that's fine. In that case, we're just going to go to the... We're just going to do Docking Bay 3 then, finally. Alright, we're going to try and figure out what's going on with Zerka. So we'll find out. So we still have more Telos stuff to do. Alright, let us run down to the Zerka docks. See if we can get some information. I'd like some information about a passenger that came through here. I'm sorry, but I can't release that data to you. The confidentiality of travelers who come through our bay is one of our primary concerns. Okay. Aha! Alright. Persuade. Don't worry, I'll be discreet with my inquiries. The killer is dead anyways. Perhaps, even so, it will incur some expense for me to find the information you seek. How much would this expense be? 25 credits. Oh, baby. Not at that price. Goodbye. Take it. Let me just bring up the passenger manifests. What was the passenger's name? Batu Rem. Very good. Yes, here it is. His departure destination was Nar Shaddaa. He was scheduled to return on the shuttle that has already departed. That's all the information I have. In our business, the less information we gather, the less we have to give out. Our passengers are doubly protected. You know what? What's really funny about this is if I think I pursued this lead further and spoke with Gren while we were still on Telos instead of moving past, I might have ended up pursuing this and going to Nar Shaddaa first instead of Dantooine, funnily enough. I avoided Nar Shaddaa because I was like, oh, it felt like we shouldn't go like right into the Hornet's Nest considering we're being hunted, but it might have been a better choice just to go there first. However, that being said, Nar Shaddaa is by far the most punishing section of the game. This is where I've had all of my difficulties and all of my frustrations have been Nar Shaddaa. Dantooine is easy. Dantooine and Onderon, piss easy. But yeah, going to Dantooine first was, I guess, from a difficulty perspective, the better choice. But Nar Shaddaa might have been the better story choice. So discovered the assassin came by way of Nar Shaddaa. So I guess that's all we can do there. I guess that's all we can do with there. We go to Nar Shaddaa and then maybe follow that line of questioning to someone, but it's weirdly out of order now because we've already gone to Nar Shaddaa and we've done all of that and we've gone to Goto's yacht and it was most likely Goto. Like, what do I do? Talk to the Goto droid on my ship now and be like, hey, Batu Rem, was that you? I mean, maybe. I'm looking for a man named Batono. Doesn't sound familiar. Your best bet is to direct your inquiry to Jana Lorso. You can find her at the Zerka offices. Okay. You don't know, but he oversaw these docks. Look, I'm paid to guard this docking bay, not answer your questions. Inquiries about Zerka employees should be directed to the branch's executive officer. Zerka employee? Then you do know Batono. You must be mistaken. Please, move along. You can tell me what you know, or I can hurt you, and then you will tell me what you know. Alright. I know that he worked for Zerka, but that's all. You have to believe me. Talk to Lorso. If anyone knows more, it's her. Alright. I should have expected that a bit of a threat might have had a little dark side consequence, but it's okay, we're still at max. Just a little bit of a threat as a treat. Alright, we've got to go speak to Jana Lorso. We'll see how that goes. I can't expect that's going to be... I can't expect that's going to be the best thing ever, but we'll see. We'll see how we go. So we're heading to the Zerka office to speak to Jana. Be like, hello there. So at the moment, I guess we're just taking this episode as an opportunity just to clear out some previous quests, considering that both Kreia and Atton want nothing to do with chiming in with their opinions or any potential influence checks. But it was worth a try to investigate it anyway, and we are getting some more story content. Janel also.
I simply do not have time for you. My hands are full with trying to manage the restoration project without the aid of a droid intelligence, which you so kindly gifted to the Ithorians. If there is nothing else, I would prefer it if you left our premises.
We're not on good standing, so... Does the name Batono mean anything to you?
Batono? Of course. He was one of our former employees. Let me tell you something. There are far too many like him. Do-gooders who believe that because of the things Czerka must do to remain successful and profitable, we must be evil. They do not see the impracticality of their beliefs. They do not understand the realities of the galaxy. If certain funds must be paid, then Czerka will gladly pay. If competitors removed, then Czerka will do its part to forward progress. Batono could not see this. Before leaving our employ, he stole many of our records, then began to stalk our movements on the station. Harassment, but conveniently overlooked, sanctioned, perhaps, by the Telosian authorities.
Okay. He's gone missing. Do you have any idea where he might have gone?
I'm curious, though, as to why you are looking for him.
Should I just tell the truth? I feel like there should be some give and take here. Gren and the TSF are looking for him. He asked me to find him.
I see. Well, I suspect he's putting his nose into something or another. People like him can't mind their own business, always needing to pry into matters that don't concern them. I do know he spent some time in the company of the Ithorians. I assumed that was the reason for his efforts, that he thought by inventing stories of Czerka's evil, he could put Chodo Habat and his incapable assistants in charge. But if you are searching for him, and find him, there would be a reward for any information of his whereabouts.
Okay. A reward. Interesting.
I would be happy to have him out of Czerka's hair. He's been hard to track down. So yes, a reward would be offered.
You asking us to fucking kill the guy? So you could silence him?
Silence his lies and fabricated untruths. His slanderous accusations are a needless trouble atop a great many troubles this planet faces.
How would you convince him to abandon his investigation, then?
If credits are what he wants, then Czerka will pay him for an easy settlement of this situation. Otherwise, Czerka will be forced into a lengthy petition process with the Telosian Council.
Okay. If I find no truth to his accusations, then perhaps I will tell you.
If your conscience demands it, then by all means. Just remember, a reward is waiting for you.
Okay. I guess we're going to now go hang out with the Ithorians. See, this is kind of why I left Telos early and was happy to move on, is because Telos is just it's a really big back and forth slog, this section, and I was feeling that without these quests that we were doing, so I was kind of happy to like get out and be like, let's keep going to greener pastures. But I mean, we're doing it now anyway, but it feels like it was nice to like space it out a bit instead of going through all of the Telos stuff at once, because I was certainly feeling a bit fatigued by the constant running around Telos. Do you know anything about a man named Batono? Oh yeah, because I think we asked him this last time when we came through here, and now we have something else. Lorso mentioned that he spent time here in the compound. Okay. I would not be the first time Lorso was mistaken. I assure you I've never known a man named Batono to spend time in our company here. Okay. Persuade. I'm looking for him on behalf of Lieutenant Gren. If I can locate him, it might prove the end of Zerka. I believe what you say is true, and it gladdens me to hear that it is Lieutenant Gren who is searching for him. I'm sorry that I spoke untruth to you before, Chris Blythe. Indeed, I do know of Batono, and I know where he can be found. But even so, you must promise me that you will tell no one about this, not even Lieutenant Gren, without Batono's permission. Okay, I give you my word, because I don't intend to actually tell Lorso. Very good. You see, Batono came to us for protection. We found him an apartment where he could hide. Our security technicians ensured he would not be bothered. You will find him in apartment C1. I will give you the pass key. Give him my apologies for revealing his hiding place and my explanations. I hope he will not be too angry. Okay. That actually makes sense why there are certain apartments that look like they can be entered in the apartment area, but they're just locked. Because I remember that. So we can head over there now and have a chat.
What the? You're not CSD. What are you doing here?
Okay, what's CSD?
Zerka Security Division. They've been known to break into apartments from time to time. Think they're above the law, you know how Zerka is. But I'm still curious why you're barging in here. Does a locked door mean nothing to you?
Just looking around?
Just looking around? In another man's apartment? You're either very crazy or very dumb.
This is really weird. It feels like this. I still removed the dialogue option of me just telling him why I'm here. Sorry, I'll leave you alone.
Just get out of here.
Okay, I guess I'll talk to you again properly.
You again? What do you want now?
Okay, you're Batono, right?
What? No, you must be mistaken. You're probably looking for a previous tenant or a neighbor.
Okay. Lieutenant Gren sent me to look for you.
Dole sent you? Can't say I'm surprised. He was the one who wanted me to come forward in the first place.
Okay. It's the right thing to do.
Easier to say that, but you're not the one Zerka will send its assassins after.
If it's your safety you worry about, you shouldn't. After Zerka is exposed, they won't dare to move against you.
Sure, but everything takes time. Testifying before the council's deliberation, time that Zerka could use to rub me out.
The TSF can put you under its protection.
You might be right. I don't think Zerka has gone so far that it's willing to openly clash with the TSF. But Zerka has eyes everywhere. I'm not even sure I can leave this apartment safely.
Okay, I can protect you.
You? Look, I'm sure you can handle yourself, but I think this might be a little out of your league.
Pulls out lightsaber. I was a Jedi. We'll see you safely to the TSF office. Alright, let's go for that.
A Jedi? Jedi or no, Gren wouldn't have sent you if he didn't think you could get the job done. Alright, fine, but we need to get moving.
Come with me.
Lead the way, I'll watch your back.
Okay, he'll watch my back. Okay. I'm assuming that means... we're gonna get attacked.
What do we have here? Batono, if I'm not mistaken. You've been a hard man to track down.
Who are you?
It doesn't matter who I am. It's you we've all been looking for. Executive Lorso sent me to take care of some unfinished business.
Okay. Lorso isn't taking Batono anywhere.
That's fine. We weren't planning on taking him anywhere anyways.
Looks like you guys aren't going anywhere either.
That was a close one. We need to keep moving. Let's leave this mess for the TSF guards to sort out.
Yeah, Kreia definitely suits a purple lightsaber. You're right, let's go. Oh, do we just get to skip right there? Thank God.
I have to hand it to you. I'm damned impressed. Not only did you find Batono, you convinced him to testify against Zerka to the council. And believe me, that's no small feat, considering I think Batono is as stubborn as ever.
You don't sound happy to see me, Kren.
Okay, I hate to interrupt this reunion, but if there's nothing else, I should be going.
Of course, I'm sure you have other things to be doing. The bounty is yours for finding Paetono, and a bonus for bringing him back as well.
I don't have anything for you, but thanks for saving my life. I'll try and return the favor someday.
Wonderful. Okay. How bizarre that both of these questlines that we've been able to run through has no effect on these guys, which is why we did it. So that's a little bit unfortunate there. A little bit unfortunate. However, you discovered that the assassin who disguised as Batu Rem tried to kill you in the TSF station came to Citadel Station by way of Nar Shaddaa, so I guess we'll tell Gren that.
So you've returned. What is it?
I found some information about Batu Rem.
The real Batu Rem, or the assassin Batu Rem?
The assassin. It was the assassin, right?
Oh, what is it?
He arrived from Nar Shaddaa aboard an unmarked transport in Docking Bay 3.
Docking Bay 3. More suspicious activity from Zerka's private dock. If only we had something more concrete, I could launch a full-scale investigation. But Nar Shaddaa? Sounds like you've made some powerful enemies. Here's the reward for the information. And if you find out anything else about Batu, real or fake, let me know.
Real or fake, let me know. Heat shielding Mark 4. Nice. Oh, okay. So that's completed. There you go. Maybe we can go back to Nar Shaddaa and we can also find out some information as well. Poke our head around Nar Shaddaa. But if we go back to Nar Shaddaa, I think I'm going to take Mira and Atton around, not Kreia. I thought Kreia might chime in with something, because she and Atton were the only party members that we had during this time. I mean, and T3, but like the only ones that we could really have influence for. So I'll take Mira and Atton around Nar Shaddaa. Maybe we can dig around and find some information about Batu Rem there from someone. But we also have the option to my mind's drawing a blank. Option to do some other quests for like Vogger and stuff, like Vogger's dances and whatnot. Random empty storage room. Okay. To the Ebon Hawk. No cutscene plays.
Yes. Is.
I wanted to see if I could. Because I was like, can I just talk to you about Batu Rem?
As anxious as I am to...
Okay, I need to get more influence with old mate Droid. I'll run through those conversations eventually. It's just not terribly important to me. Alright. Nar Shaddaa. To Nar Shaddaa. Alright, let me adjust Mira's loadout again. Actually, I shouldn't have to. No, Mira's fine. Mira's already decked out. We're good. We're good. Okay, Atton and Mira. Let us go. So we're back on Nar Shaddaa now.
Haven't heard anything more yet.
Okay.
Goto's yacht was fired on by a Republic warship. Has the Republic declared war on the exchange?
Just trying to think about where I can go in this place that we haven't been that could potentially have information on Batu Rem, especially what we've already done. Might just walk around clueless, to be honest with you. Find a woman that met his standards to be a dancer. Interesting. Alright, well, I'm just going to run around. I don't know where my party members are at. Okay.
I hear you.
They're just chilling in there, apparently. Yeah, I'll see what I can find by doing a run around Nar Shaddaa again. And there may be some stuff to do. Alright, let's see about this power console. Apparently we can optimize the power distribution. Oh, there you go. All pylons active. I fixed the power supply problem. So that's what was going on.
You were interrupting me for a reason?
Never mind. Okay. Well, that's that solved. Problem solved. What's this way? That just goes into here. Alright, we've already been in here before, but for some reason the door was locked. Maybe we've only been in here from on one side. It's just maintenance droids. Okay. Well, good thing we fixed that power pylon issue. That was of most importance. Oh no, it just relocked both of the doors again. There you go. Okay. I assume that we would potentially look for another, like a new dancer in the Jektar. Oh, we can't go back in. Huh? Was there another way to get back to that area? Interesting. Okay. Well, let me take that breath mask off then. Okay, I guess we're not going into there anytime soon. Not going there anytime soon. I will continue to search. We're gonna figure out this Pazark champ business. I think we've only played him. Who are you again? What if we just say, who are you again? And Pazark champ. I win. I win every time. Oh, there's a Force Persuade? Except this time? Okay, hold on. Except this time. Except this time. This time I lose.
Just like a Jedi.
No more. Champ lose no more. Atton actually chimed in with something about Pazark for a change. Here, take this golden card and don't come back. Oh, Pazark card tiebreaker. And a journal entry added. You have defeated the champ and gotten a golden card. Interesting that, like, we've beaten the champ normally without having to use a Force Persuade option, and it didn't. Shouldn't you think that would have the same outcome if you just beat him normally? He'd go, oh my god, take this card and get out of here. You have to resort to doing a Force Persuade to getting that. I find that quite interesting. Okay. In regards to Pazark cards, are Pazark cards in just, I guess, all? Just in everything? No? Where are Pazark cards in the inventory? Are Pazark cards in the inventory? Where are the Pazark cards? I would have thought they'd be in the inventory. That's weird. Where do you find your Pazark cards? Strange. Alright. I guess we just... because it went in an item received. That's fine. I just want to know what a tiebreaker card actually does. I assume it is a card that makes sure that it results in a tie at least, to make it impossible to lose, I suppose. But there you go. That's another quest out of the way. So we're breaking them down. So we've just got to find a dancer now. And that quest started in this room for this guy, didn't it? There you go. Okay. The hunt for a dancer begins. I guess I'll try in the Pazak Den first. I am just gonna go on the assumption that they're probably, seemingly, Twi'lek dances are the only dances we see in this game, so... this one is like, do you want to buy cards? So I guess I will buy your plus and minus cards while you have them. While I'm here, maybe not a named character. I will have to, again, continue my search. I'm wondering, actually...
Yeah, something wrong? Talk. About what? Shoot.
I can ask, you seem more comfortable here than on the Ebon Hawk at Nar Shaddaa. I'm wondering...
Yeah, something wrong. Alright.
I was wondering if we could ask her to become a dancer. Can you ask anyone else? Hang on. Can we ask Kreia? Handmaiden never want... actually, she doesn't want to speak to us, does she?
There is nothing for us to discuss.
Right.
Yes. Ask.
Ah, the follow-up question about asking about the jewels with Visas. Okay. I'll remember that I need to do that.
My life.
I
will enter.
Okay. I was wondering if we could ask our companions. Because I've been running around and I'm not finding anything. I'm not finding anything. I wonder if maybe, because I've already completed Nar Shaddaa, that maybe I've kind of messed up with the quest, and I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can do it. Alright, it doesn't seem like it's gonna work out. But I will have to put a little mental note in that I need to check in with Kreia about the jewel with Visas. I'll do a run around and I'll do a check with Atton and Mira in the refugee sector and see if anything pops up in there as well. And then maybe I'll do one last run and speak to Voga and see if anything happens there. But I'm not feeling like it's gonna be a likely outcome. I think because we've already finished with Nar Shaddaa, as far as I'm aware, that maybe that quest is just gonna sit there, unfortunately. And without being able to get back into the Jek Tar, I thought there would be something there as well. These two guys are here, and we actually have Atton with us this time. Oh. They don't actually say anything, even if I have Atton here. Okay then.
Keep back. I am ill. Contagious, the others say.
Oh, okay. I don't think I even saw this guy last time. Jesus, that second option is terrible. Treat injury. Your illness doesn't look very serious. Let me help.
Really? The others say I have the plague.
Get healed. As he enters a meditative stance.
I'm feeling a little better. Thank you.
Gariel hands you something. You're welcome. Ah, we actually got a lightsaber part. There was a whole dude giving us a lightsaber part.
I guess the Jedi Code is still alive and well.
Oh, God damn it. Yes, okay. Okay, this whole adventure running through previous planets has finally chimed in with something. Okay. Anyone in need deserves our help if we are capable of it.
If you say so, I'm not sure I believe it. There's a lot of people who need help in the galaxy. If we stop to help each one, the Sith are going to be on us faster than anything. Let's just accomplish our mission first, then worry about everyone else.
Yes! Oh my god, I was getting so worried. I was like, come on, I need something. I need to be able to pursue this train of thought with him further. Fuck yeah. Okay, actually, in that case, oh yes, let's take this opportunity to have a chat to both of them, because Mira has a new option where we could...
Talk. Why, you trying to be my father?
You trying to be my father? Okay, I'm just going to say there were questions I wanted to ask.
Go ahead and ask.
Because it talks into you seem more comfortable here than on the Ebon Hawk.
Feels better to be back here, not cooped up on that ship.
Why?
Well, Nar Shaddaa may be one of the biggest cesspits in the galaxy, but it's got a life to it. Activity. Aliens, people, refugees. It's like noise, but relaxing. Like the hum of a hyperdrive.
Oh, this is actually really cool. Kreia showed me how to listen to Nar Shaddaa once, how all life there is connected, is bound to each other. This is cool.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't go that far. I'll believe it when I see it.
I could try and show you while you're here if you want. Oh.
No thanks. You can keep your Jedi training to yourself. I already know Nar Shaddaa better than you ever will.
Okay.
Shoot.
I need more influence. I need more influence. I'm just trying to think about what we've already asked. Pretty sure we asked about Anna.
I didn't kill him once.
Yeah, we asked about this.
Do you
already.
Really want to hear this? Talk.
We've already done that before.
Alright. I've killed people before, but not if I don't have to.
You don't seem to hold back when you're with me.
I know. It's different. I don't know why.
Are you okay?
I don't know. I haven't killed anyone for a long time. But when I'm around you, suddenly it's like I've always been doing it. It's like a reflex. I don't like it. And I don't know when or why it became so easy.
Oh.
Go ahead and ask.
Okay.
Talk. Why, you trying to be my father? Are you sure you're a Jedi? That exile of yours must have gone on longer than I thought. Look, you're way too old for me. I mean, you're really good in a fight. Besides, you are...
I already remember this.
Look, if we start sharing a... You're sweet, old guy. It's more than age.
We'll have to put a pin in that conversation. Speak to Atton then instead.
Something up?
There's something is there with Mira of being able to like show her how to listen and connect with Nar Shaddaa. I think we just need to get some more influence with her somehow. But Atton, we've got an influence success.
All right.
What made you leave the Sith?
Well, there was a woman, a Jedi. She gave her life for mine.
Who?
I never knew her name. She sought me out. She said she had come to save me. She was lying, of course. Or I think she was. It doesn't matter. She told enough truth to get my attention.
Like what?
She said that Revan was doing something terrible to Jedi within the unknown regions. That when we captured Jedi, they were sent to a place designed to break them. And that anyone in his service who showed any ability with the Force was sent there too, to turn them, to break them into dark Jedi, or assassins trained to kill Jedi. She said that's what would happen to me, that I had the Force inside me. That's why I was so good at killing Jedi. And that when the Sith learned of it, there would be no escape, no turning back. I would become an instrument of the dark side, forever. I had heard talk in the ranks, troops vanishing, I knew what she meant, but I didn't believe her, or want to believe her.
Wow, okay. So what did you do?
I did what I did with all Jedi. I hurt her. I hurt her a lot. And then, right when I thought she couldn't take any more, she showed me the Force. In my head.
And I felt everything she felt. And I heard just an echo of what the Force was. And how what I was doing, I think I loved her. But it wasn't that kind of love. It was the kind of love where you're willing to give up everything for someone you don't even know.
That is what it means to be a Jedi.
I killed her for crawling in my head, for showing me that. But before she opened her mind to mine, my only thought was that I would love to kill her. And at the end, I killed her because I loved her.
Ah, wow. That is a lot to bear, and it is a lot for me to forgive.
In the end, she sacrificed herself to keep my secret, to prevent the Sith from knowing about that touch of the Force inside me. She wasted her life to save me. Me.
And I felt her die when she opened her mind. I've killed Jedi, like I said, but I was never there to feel it, to be on the receiving end. And after that, I couldn't stop feeling things. Before, guilt, lust, impatience. It had been orchestrated to get close. Now it all just kept tumbling out, and I couldn't keep doing what I was doing. So I left. I fled with the displaced war veterans to Nar Shaddaa. I lost myself there, until the war came to an end. I wanted no more of Jedi, or Dark Jedi, or the Force. I just wanted to be left alone.
And then, I met you on Paragus.
And I thought maybe she had saved me so that I could help you. And if I can't, then I have to try.
Wow. I welcome your help.
I didn't want to tell you any of this, but I had to. Because if something happens, I can't let you think I was doing it for something other than the past.
That is all I ask.
Once, a Jedi showed me the Force. I heard it. I felt it. At the time, there was too much pain to confront it. Because if I did, it meant I would be changed into something else. Now, I'm not afraid of it anymore. And I think that by learning how to use it, I can help protect you. Or at least buy you some time when disaster comes screaming in.
I want to learn how to use the Force. I want to learn how to use the Force to help you.
Dude. I feel like Mira also has a connection to the Force as well as Atton. That's crazy. And then in some way, shape, or form, it feels like Handmaiden must as well, with everything that's tied to Handmaiden and Atris and all of that kind of stuff. That just leaves Mandalore and Bao-Dur. And I would love for Mandalore to be Force sensitive as well. That's a Force sensitive party right there. I will train you, Atton.
What must I do? Is there some ritual, or...
Just close your eyes and open your mind. Dude, this is insane. You must learn to feel it around you, feel its currents, its eddies. Listen to the echo of your thoughts, your heart, separated from war, separated from hate. Think of what you felt when you felt the need to help me, to protect me. These awkward cuts to Atton's face. Oh, and this is really cool. And at last, Atton, awaken, which is what Krea's first word was to us at the start of the game. The Force awakens. Atton has taken his first steps on the path of a Jedi Sentinel. He will grow in ability as he travels with you and learns what you know of the Force. Oh shit, dude! Are you serious, man? Can I give this guy a lightsaber? Do I have a spare lightsaber hanging around? I do. Okay, I've got spare lightsabers in my inventory, but he can't equip them yet. Oh, hang on. Level up. Dude, powers. Holy shit. Oh, but this is so old now in terms of yeah. So why am I saying so old? He's so high leveled now. Weapon proficiency, lightsaber, Jedi defense, force immunity to fear, Jedi sense. Wow, so he can wield a lightsaber. I doubt I'll give Atton a lightsaber, but I also want to. But then I have to start leveling him in other things. I can give him weapon focus. I think his dexterity is higher, which means I'll need to give him finesse as well. He can learn powers now. That's so weird. Crazy. I'm going to go for heal. Just learn your basic heal. Oh, he's got 2. In that case, droids are always a problem in this game, so let's have more with that. He's got a little bit of itty bitty force powers, and he can wield a lightsaber. That's so strange. I'm gonna just give him a lightsaber to have him in his offhand. 8 to 34 with a 28 to hit. Oh, that's so weird to see. How cool, though. That's wild. It feels weird seeing him hold one. It's like you've just given him one. He's just going to run around with it and swing it wildly. I feel like we can do the same to Mira.
Yeah, something wrong?
I need to get some influence from you.
Talk. Shoot. Feels better to be... Well, no, it's got a...
Freya showed me how to listen.
Yeah, well... No thanks.
Okay, I need to get influence first to get there.
Yeah, more or less. Well, the war happens. It's what happens after...
We've already gone through this as well.
I think so. Me?
I've already gone through this. We went through all of this as well. There's definitely just got to be another point that comes up, just like how Atton just popped up there as well. There may be something. We'll have to see. However, we've got Atton as a Jedi. I'm going to go back to the Ebon Hawk. I'm going to go back to the Ebon Hawk, and then I'm going to speak to Kreia about the interaction with the duel with Visas, because that's an awareness check. Oh, it's an awareness check. What's our awareness? 16. Okay. Oh, I've gone the wrong way. Because the speeder is sabotaged beyond repair, even though it keeps appearing at different sections of the thing. I can't use the thing anymore. I've gone the wrong way. Silly me. Alright, I'm going to go back to the Ebon Hawk, and then we'll see what we can do from there. Alright, let's get back on the Ebon Hawk and see if anything changes now. Yes, I was wondering if this was going to happen. There you go.
Why are you here?
Because I told him everything.
Ah, and now you are free?
Yeah, so no more threats, no more of your requests. You and me, we're done.
Did you ever think I truly held you? You're more of a fool than I thought. What truly held you was you, and let me show you why. I once held the galaxy by the throat, as you once held her by the throat and let her die slowly. And your emotion at that point is what you fear. I wielded power like you cannot imagine. Everything I saw was awash with possibilities, spreading outwards, touching everything else. I saw all of that, all that the Force is. And only when it was ripped from me did I truly see it. And I know what lies buried within you, that you hide with your desperate thoughts, your guilt, your lusts. I can unlock that part of you anytime I wish. It is a simple thing, the human mind. Once it feels something strongly, it becomes etched in the memory, the subconscious. Shall I show you? That part of you that hungered to kill Jedi, that took pleasure from it? Or perhaps you will continue to listen to my counsel, and I shall ignore your pathetic attempts at freedom. Now leave me, murderer. I have nothing further to say to one such as you.
Fuck, dude. That was a spicy conversation. That was venomous. Damn. Who do I speak to first? Alright, we're going to speak to Kreia, then we're going to speak to Atton, and then we're going to speak to Mira.
Yes? Have you come with questions?
Yes.
Very well.
This is talking about more Force stuff.
The Jedi practice many forms, many styles of lightsaber combat. You may have already felt the sheep. Others may come with.
Okay. Oh, they can. Kreia can tell us of the techniques that we've learned already. All right, I'm gonna save that conversation, this conversation for later. I'm just gonna address the big points with her, and we'll go through this another time. I'll remember that these questions are there though.
Ask.
I wanted to ask you about the duels with Visas.
What of them?
You aren't just training me; you're testing her.
Perhaps. There is truth in what the servant of Atris says. Much may be communicated in the motions of battle. It is a picture, a dance against someone trying to describe that motion.
Okay. What have you learned?
I have learned that we do not need to kill her. But if we want one that has truly fallen to the dark side, we should look elsewhere for our allies. I believe she should serve our purposes. She is the doorway that may lead us to her lord if it proves necessary, or bring him to us.
Oh. There's an awareness and a wisdom check. And it's both the same. Let's do a... I guess it would both have the same outcome. It just means if you specialize in one, I guess it still allows you to have the option. Is that why you tolerate the handmaiden's presence? Because she is a doorway to Atris?
You will learn quickly, perhaps. The blinded one is more of an unknown quality, however.
You want to use her?
That is what I said. And I will gladly turn any such blade pointed at us and send it stabbing into the heart against anyone who dares to harm you.
I always wonder, Kreia is very protective of us, but I always wonder if that is specifically tied to the fact that we just share that bond that could potentially, you know, be very damaging to the pair of us. I wonder if it is also in her own self-interest to do so. Then we shall keep her on board, as you suggest.
It is good we see this in the same perspective. There are many among the Jedi who would openly object to such things.
I'm trying to gain influence with Kreia. I had other questions.
Ask.
Okay. I was wondering if there was any Atton questions. Do you know what happened to T3?
Betrayal. And by a machine that I will not abide. Machines. Always did Revan use them to inflict his will on the galaxy, whether in war or in assassination. His passion for such tools, for things dead to the Force, defies me. He would have loved a human droid such as you, dead to the Force. A shell that would carry out his orders. It is no matter. It is a device, and now it is broken.
Okay, influence gained.
Yes?
Yes.
Have you... Ask.
Okay. Nothing about Atton. We'll ask about the lightsaber forms and potentially dive deeper into that next time, but we have gained influence, which is good. It's funny because my experience with Knights of the Old Republic 1 was struggling to learn the gameplay systems until much later into the game, and then going, man, I wish that I was able to like capitalize on that earlier and do so much better as I got so much more used to it. And then Knights of the Old Republic 2... oh my god, I'm so sorry. It's like when you... I feel like something just went down my throat. Oh, I'll just edit those coughs out because they were loud. Jesus. Oh my god. Apologies. But the thing is with Knights of the Old Republic 2 is... in terms of the gameplay, I was familiar with how the game plays, but now it was different with dialogue and learning about your characters and the influence stuff. And now that I feel like I have much more of a handle on how it actually works, I'm like, oh, I wish that I was able to capitalize that and work that into the narrative much, much earlier, because if you specifically know how to gain influence at certain points, you can hit points much earlier and also not mess up characters like Handmaiden and stuff. And also, seemingly, Atton's story, potentially Mira's, is tied to influence as well, to gain them Force sensitivity. So if you get influence early, seemingly you'd be able to get them awakened to the Force early as well. That's very, very cool. Atton, my boy, we gained influence, and you're a Jedi now, so what's up?
Something up?
Yeah. Okay, because now I can teach him stuff. I wanted to teach you some of the forms I've learned.
Alright, I'm game. What did you want to show me?
Atton has learned the Xi'an saber form.
Got it. I'll be sure to make use of it.
Okay.
Something up?
I guess I could just pass on everything now.
I didn't know this training thing was going to be so much work.
Force affinity.
Got it.
Something up?
Alright. But I tell you, I think you're carrying this teacher thing too far.
Okay. Breath control.
Alright, I think I've got it. I'll try to practice it when I get the chance.
Something up?
Alright, I'm game.
Beast trick.
Alright.
Something up?
Alright.
Affect mind.
Alright.
Something up?
Alright.
Dominate mind.
Alright.
Alright.
Something up?
Oh yeah?
Fighting techniques. Weapon focused lightsaber. Nice.
Alright, I think I've got it.
Good.
I'll try to practice it when I get the chance.
I see how this works now. So passing this on to Visas, also being able to pass it on to Atton, assumedly Mira, these people that you take under your wing, you've already learned and gained these abilities, but they can potentially gain it much later when they've already got leveled up alongside you and not had the ability to learn these abilities themselves. So you can just teach it to them and pass it along to them, and they learn it without having to level up and learn them manually, which is really, really good. That's really good. I like that as a way that it like allows you to actually still have these characters be effective with their force powers, even if they're a higher level now.
Something up?
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah? Weapon specialization, lightsaber.
Right.
Okay.
Something up?
And there we go.
Alright.
There you go. Okay, I've taught him his things. 10 to 36 hit with a lightsaber, 29. There you go. Good stuff. Okay, Mira.
Yeah, something wrong? Go ahead and ask. It's all this travel.
So it's restless when we're here.
I'd rather be doing... Yeah, it's been a...
Okay.
Well, Nar Shaddaa, it's got a life to it.
And we've already spoken about this.
Yeah, well... No thanks.
Okay, there's got to be something in here that will allow us to get influence.
I didn't kill him once. Are you sure you want to hear this again?
We have heard this, but maybe...
Well, Hanhar and me go way back, in the worst possible way.
Do you know the name of his homeworld?
I don't remember the name. Something with too many K's and Y's. Sounds like you're gargling Ronto spit when you say it.
Okay, actually, I don't remember us going through these dialogue choices. Do you know what species he is?
No idea. He's just... Hanhar. I hope there aren't any more like him. I get the impression he's not a good representative of his people, though.
He's the equivalent of a mad calf hound among Rontos. Some of Voga the Hett's men said Hanhar killed his own tribe, but those two crud thugs lie every time they open their mouths, so who knows?
Okay. So he was a slave?
Well, not for long. Once off-planet, Hanhar escaped from the Zerka slavers, then killed them all.
Awareness? Why was he wearing those cuffs?
I don't know. I always thought he just liked using them as weapons.
It's good he broke free. Nothing deserves to be caged.
Well, before you get too proud of him, Hanhar figured Zerka had the right idea. I don't think he understood the concept of slavery before, at least on the scale that Zerka practiced it. But now he did. You ever hear of Dursan 3, or the ID cluster colonies?
Oh, an intelligence check. Weren't they destroyed?
Right. That's because Hanhar happened. He makes what happened to his homeworld look like an exercise in community building. He's not a bounty hunter. He's a slaver. A predator. It's like he's out to enslave or kill every human in the galaxy, like he's trying to settle some huge score or debt. I don't get it, but he's dangerous.
Who did he work with?
Anyone who paid credits. And sometimes he just hunted humans for sport. The ones who survived, he sold to the exchange, to the huts, to anyone who'd buy bodies, living or dead. He and Voga used to do big credit transactions. That hut really liked the look of unwrinkled humans for some reason. Didn't make him too popular with the other huts, let me tell you.
So how do you factor in?
I was prey. And not only did I escape, but I saved his life while doing it. He's been hunting me ever since.
So he wants to capture you?
I don't pretend to understand it, but among his people, they have these codes of honor. But somewhere along the line, Hanhar's got twisted. His people form these things called life debts. If you save the life of one of them, they pledge themselves to you.
That doesn't sound too bad.
Well, with Hanhar, he can't escape that life debt. It's bred into him. But he hates every other living thing in the galaxy, so pledging himself to someone else, especially a human, was unbearable. So when I saved his life, it was the worst thing I could do. It was like slavery all over again. But it was in his head. It was like it pushed him over the edge.
Wow, that's actually quite an interesting... This is a very interesting perspective on the Wookiee life debt. It's very interesting.
A life debt to Hanhar is a death sentence. He'll hunt you until you're dead. When I saved his life, it meant he had to kill me. And so he kept chasing me in hopes I would die. I think the fact I showed him mercy after hating humans for so long, that was something he couldn't stand.
Because usually we have only really seen the life debt communicated and portrayed in a positive light, or not even in a positive light, but it just establishes it, and it's like, that is how this works, you know? But having it be flipped in a way where it's like, well, what if a life debt was sworn in a situation where he didn't want to, and just kind of had to, because of how it works with the Wookiee people. It's a very good perspective to work into a story with a character relationship. It's great. What if someone else saved his life? Would he try to kill them?
Probably. But if he had multiple life debts, especially to humans, Hanhar would probably go mad. He was angry before, sure, but he'd be 10 times worse if that happened.
Dude, but Kreia saved his life. Kreia resurrected him. Oh no. I just realized. Hanhar has a life debt to Kreia as well now. That's 2 people. And Hanhar has been instructed to, deal with Mira. Oh shit. Worse?
Hanhar's tough. Really tough. And when he loses it, it's like nothing can stop him. Seen him shrug off blaster bolts, both and stunners, and even survive a freighter crash on Dursan 3. He keeps coming.
Any regrets that he's gone?
Oh, I'm glad he's gone. It's like a weight off my shoulders. I don't have to keep watching my back every minute, wondering when he's going to show up. And he always did. It's like he always knew where I was.
Probably has your scent built into him. Any chance he's still alive?
Trust me, if he was still alive, he'd be chasing us even now, waiting to ambush us when we least expect it. And he always shows up at the worst possible time. He was one of the best bounty hunters on Nar Shaddaa. Hanhar never gives up on his prey. Or his life debts. He's a hunter. He's a natural predator.
Oh no. That spells trouble. What if someone else saved his life? Would he try to kill them?
Probably. But if he had multiple...
Oh, hang on. We already did that.
Hanhar's seen him.
Any regrets?
Oh, I'm glad. And he always did.
Any chance he's still alive?
Trust me, if he was and he...
Okay, this is just like a closed loop. Forget it.
Alright.
Oh, a new option is... Okay, hang on. New option? Ready to tell me how you saved Hanhar's life?
Well, as happens on Nar Shaddaa...
Influence
made
success.
someone mad. Mad enough for them to send Hanhar after me. Turns out they were even able to get him cheap. He'd heard about me and wanted to hunt me down. For sport. He didn't think I'd be much of a challenge.
And you proved him wrong.
Well, he tried to box me down in vents beneath the Nar Shaddaa docks, and he'd set one too many proximity mines to cover the escape routes.
Why use mines?
I think he'd hoped to drive me into the mines and then let them do the work. Or that I'd be too scared to try and walk through them. Thing is, I knew Hanhar's supplier, and the trigger signatures for the mines. It was pretty easy to broadcast a signal to blind their sensor receptors for a minute or two. I figured that would buy me enough time to move through them and get away.
Okay. But it didn't happen that way.
Like I said, I disarmed the trigger fuses for enough of the mines to get by, temporarily. And Hanhar was pretty fast on my trail. I just made it to safety when he hit the first one. The blast leveled the entire ventilation section, and Hanhar was caught right in the middle, and he survived. Barely.
Barely?
He was crawling around, blinded from the flash and the plasma burns. And it happened so fast, and all the blood had been scabbed and crusted from the flash. I had the drop on him, and even blind, he knew it. He could still hear me. My ears were ringing from the blast, but I could hear him. I think he was begging me to let him live. His voice, it wasn't a roar, more like an echo of it. I suppose I should have killed him, but I couldn't do it. He was in pain, and he was helpless. So I dragged him out of there enough to get him to safety, and he kept hunting me ever since. He said he'd pursue me to the edge of the galaxy. No matter where I ran, he would find me and break me. That I would always be prey.
Wow, that is a story. That's a really cool story. Damn, I love Knights of the Old Republic. Like both Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2. I just love the Old Republic. There's so many cool stuff that takes place here, and I am very much in that camp of people now that just really want a Knights of the Old Republic series or movie, or movies, I should say. Sometimes it is stronger to spare a life than take it.
Maybe. I've thought about that moment. A lot. Wondered if I would do things differently if I had another chance.
And then we just go, forget it, I had some other questions. Okay. Do we get any influence out of that? Yes, okay. We got some influence out of that.
Yeah, something wrong?
Let's talk.
Talk.
Now.
Why, you tried to... Go ahead.
Restless.
It's all this traveling. I'd rather we do... Yeah. Well, it's got a life to...
Alright, Kreia showed me how to listen to Nar Shaddaa once, so this is an influence check.
Yeah, well... No thanks. You can keep your Jedi training to yourself. I already know Nar Shaddaa better than you ever will.
That was an influence failure. Okay. I have another idea. Maybe it has to be the different dialogue option. We have to actually be on... maybe we have to actually be on the planet itself. If we're on Nar Shaddaa, the dialogue is different. Maybe that'll have a change.
Yeah, something... Talk. Shoot. Feels better to be... Well, Nar's got a... Yeah. No thanks. You can keep your Jedi training to yourself. I already know Nar Shaddaa better than you ever will.
Okay. Which means I need more influence.
Yeah, something wrong?
Like another one?
Talk. Alright.
Is there anything else I could talk about? If we've got an influence gained, there might be something else in here.
I've killed people before. I know. I don't know. I don't like it. Go ahead, now.
Everything else we've gone through.
Talk. Why, you trying to... Are you sure you're a Jedi? Look, you're... Besides...
We are running around in circles.
Look, you're... Run away?
We're running around in circles with Mira there. I think we're going to have to put a pin in that one and come back to this one another time. We are close to something. I need a little more influence with Mira, I think. I was hoping that we'd have enough. It seems we need a little bit more, but we got close, and that is something. But Atton is now a Jedi, so that's cool. Alright. I'm going to have to bring this one to a close, because it's getting late. It's getting late. But we've had some good progress by backtracking to get some influence. So all in all, I would consider this one a success, and it was worth it in the end to go back and do some other stuff. We didn't even really need to do any Telos stuff, but it was worth it just to check it out. And then if we just went straight to Nar Shaddaa, there was that one influence check that is all we needed with Atton, thank God. And then we need some more with Mira somehow, some way. So we'll just keep Mira in our party to have something come up. But there you go. I will bring this episode of Knights of the Old Republic 2 to a close. Thank you so much for hanging out and joining me today for this one. I'll catch you in the next episode, where I assume we'll go to Korriban, but I might also go to Dantooine to also do a bit of backtracking through there as well and see if we can find something. So there's always more stuff. So we'll see how we go next time. I'll see you then.